that link that you've sent them in the email. Really important that that user experience is consistent because it is one application and everything is in one unified system. They'll see it all the same no matter where they are. So we'll just have a really quick look. I've logged on as Logan. Logan is a more senior manager than Susan, so she has access to a few more things. We'll still start with Logan's inbox, which is where we started on the iPad. It looks very similar on the browser version. We still get those embedded analytics, so you can see there on the right-hand side that compensation change for Katarina has come through. The compensation change has come through to Logan because Logan is our HR administrator, and we configured the business process to need Logan's approval. So now it's sitting in her inbox waiting for her to approve it. But again, how can she approve it without having all the relevant information to make an informed decision? So this compensation change, we've put in a couple of different reports so that Logan can see the job profile that Katarina's in and where that compensation, that profile for that compensation sits against your compensation grades as well as market data. So she can make an informed decision about whether she should approve that pay increase. I always approve them all because I think they all deserve it. The other types of things that we have in here, something like an expense report. And I really wanted to highlight this one because not only do we get contextual analytics that's building, we actually get an alert up there on the top right-hand side. So we've built into the business process to have a look at your policy, and it says that the airline exceeds the amount in your policy. So even before Logan does anything else, she knows that this expense claim is out of policy. And that this manager is now very informed about whether that should be approved or not. So you can see the types of things that you can configure into the system to make it really simple for your managers to do this administrative sort of work that usually they don't like doing, but it makes it nice and easy and gets them to do it a lot quicker. Again, we also have it split into notifications as separate, so other alerts. So let's, for Logan, concentrate on a few more of what we call our worklets on the desktop. This is how I navigate. I don't need to have a menu. I don't have any menu structure. I can navigate through my worklets. You configure these to have whatever reports you like within these worklets, and as you saw, I can take action from within any of these. I also have my search at the top left-hand side here. Now, how many of you use Google? You've all Googled something, right? So, in Workday, that's exactly what you do. If you need to find something, you just search on it and it'll come up. So, no more menu structures, no having to remember where things are. Either you pop them into these worklets or you simply search on it and go directly there. It's very simple. So let's have a look at Logan's team as we did with Susan. She has access to do some actions from here, view some reports from here, and of course see her entire team. I like to do things from inside the org chart. I think I like the graphical representation of seeing the team. And because Logan is our HR administrator, she has more security access, so she can drill up through the organisation and down. You determine who sees what based on their security profile. We in Workday use this, we all have access, we get to see everybody, we just get to see a cut down version. So of course I don't get to see my colleagues' compensation or performance reviews, but I do get to see who reports to who and their email address and their phone number so I can contact them if I need to. It's a great way to visually see your organisation. This is not a third-party tool, it's inherently within the Workday application. So I can drill down. You saw I was logged on as Susan earlier. We can still have a look at Susan's team. You can see in yellow here are all the managers that also have direct reports. You can see the little numbers, that means there's people reporting to them. You can see a couple of team members who don't have any direct reports. And you can also configure this, which I have, to show not only my employees but my contingent workers, and also show me all my open positions. As a hiring manager, I want to see what's vacant and what needs to be filled. Of course, that's completely configurable. So again, we can drill down and view information about these team members. I can take any action from here. So remember, I'm in my org structure, but I had those 3 dots called the related actions. And as a manager, I could simply come in here and kick off a compensation change, run some reports, do recruiting, or from being in the org chart, I have all of those actions available to me. Just want to show you a couple more worklets, some of our really good dashboards. The first one I'll click on is our workforce planning dashboard. I love this. In the businesses I've worked in the past, getting all of this information in one place for a manager was really difficult. And as I said, within Workday, you can configure the reports to appear grouped in these worklets however you like to see them. So it's based on your business requirements and what you need to show in your business. So for example, I've got a headcount to pipeline report. So this is what was planned and what are your actuals in terms of hiring. Your workforce visibility. For example, I can look at my contingent workforce, and by simply clicking on that, I can take a view and I might say, well, I want to know what job profiles make up my contingent workforce for this manager. So you see what I did? I just clicked on it, hovered over it, clicked on it, and now I can see that by far 8%, 6%, I've got lots of customer service representatives in this business that are contractors. You know, that might be a risk to my business and I might need to do something about that. So really simple to use. To get that value out is to not only give the manager the information in the report, but to allow them to view it by different dimensions. The last one I wanted to touch on was not just looking at what does your workforce look like today and what were your actuals versus your plans, but talk a little bit about retention risk. And this is where, this is some of our newest reporting capabilities. About 12 months now, we've had our retention analytics. This is predictive analytics. This is not just based on what you've planned to do in your actuals, but takes about 2 years worth of data, looks back across the data that what's going on in your business, and predicts based on your metrics and your configuration who are your high performers, who are in high risk potential. They've really got good potential, but they're of high risk to leave your business. And that'd be great to know ahead of time that you need to do something to ensure you don't lose that value that you've invested in those high level employees. So I don't want to take up your whole coffee break. I'm going to leave it there today. If there's anything more you'd like to know,